How we doing, guys? Welcome to another one of my reaction videos where I go back over one of my AFTV fan cams and see what was said at that time. Now, I've been doing a few of these during lockdown. I done the Liverpool one most recently, and that brought back some memories. Now, of course, I will pick a few at random, which are personal favourites of mine, but I will also let you guys decide. And the one that keeps popping up and the one that everybody seems to want to see was only a year ago. You remember it? The Europa League final in Baku. And I completely and utterly lost it. Well, you want to see that one, so I'm going to play it and I'm going to look back over that video. You remember we went into that game. Chelsea had already qualified for a place in the Champions League. The game, you know, was effectively not anything for them apart from winning the trophy. We went into it as favourites. Everybody was confident. And we simply capitulated. We were an absolute shambles. It's one of the most embarrassing results I can remember in the history of watching Arsenal. Maybe in terms of the scoreline, you know, it's not up there with a 8-2, for example, or a 6-0. But the fact it was a final, a European final, and we were so poor. And it just finished off what was a really poor end to the season, that last 6 weeks or so. Now, what's good about this video, or, well, good to you lot anyway, because you loved the way it all went on the video itself. But what happened in this video was that I was giving my interview. I was getting more and more annoyed as the interview was going on. And there was someone in the background making snide little comments every time I was mentioning something. And then at one point they made a comment about more TV hits for you. And at that point it pushed me over the edge and I completely and utterly snapped. Went in on the guy, completely ruined the guy. And I was absolutely fuming. I've only watched this once since the final, and that was just after, and I haven't seen it since. It's been about a year. So that is pretty much all I can remember in terms of what I said, you know, with this interview. But yeah, it's a mad one. And I'm going to go back over this now. And I'm no doubt there's going to be some bits in it where I think, oh no, what are you doing? And there's some bits that are probably going to ring true because they're still going on now in terms of the team. So sit back, enjoy, and let's have a look over this one when we capitulated in Baku. Here we go.
DT, we come in with a lot of hope. We was all very confident. Most Arsenal fans, I think 90% of Arsenal fans you spoke to today were very confident that we come in and put in a performance. We never turned up in that cup final, did we?
No fight, no passion, no bottle. Half of that team need to fuck off.
Wow, already the opening line. Half of that team need to fuck off. And I think that pretty much sums everything up and the way that we played that day. Absolutely dreadful.
I've kept it in for so long this season. I've been positive throughout. The last 6 weeks, you've got to question everybody at the club. Players, manager, all of them. We bottled it. Everton, Wolves, Palace, Brighton, Leicester.
Wow. When you listen to that and I reel off those names, that's not games where we've lost during the course of the season. Those games were in the final 6 weeks. You win one. Just one of those games, you're in the Champions League. But we bottled it. And it wasn't just the fact that we lost them games. It was the way that we lost them games. Crystal Palace at home. You know, the result against Brighton and the way that we threw 3 points away there. The performance away from home at Wolves and Leicester. Wow, mad.
We concede a goal, we fall apart. Every fucking time. We are so wide open. We capitulate. And those players, right, if it was not for Granit Xhaka telling them, those players were about to walk off the pitch without coming over.
Yeah, and I remember that, and this was one thing that really wound me up. Now, for people that don't know, The final was in Baku, and it was an absolute mission to get over there. There was not as many fans as, you know, most finals would have. There were thousands of fans that couldn't afford it, had to stay at home. I took one of my sons out there to Baku. It cost me $2.5 grand just for flights alone. And the one thing that you would at least expect from the players is to show some appreciation for the fans. And, you know, the trips that they've had to go through to get there, because I got direct flights. There were some people that were setting out a week before the game just to get there. Just cannot even begin to say how angry I was at the fact that no one would come over if it wasn't for Granit Xhaka.
And thanking us for turning up today.
Yeah, that's true.
How fucking dare you? Have you seen the trip that some of us have had to make to get over here? And you have the audacity to try and walk off the pitch and make out like, I'm hurting. Imagine how we feel. You'll still get your wages. You'll go on a lovely, massive holiday now for the next few weeks, all inclusive and everything else. You're going home on a flight in a couple of hours. We're all stuck here.
Yeah, we're all stuck here. And I remember it took us hours just to get back to the hotel from the game. It was ridiculous. And then you're sat there in a hotel and all you want to do is go home. But you've got to wait until your flight, which was a day or so later. And then it's a 6-hour flight. Ah, mate, some of the things that we have to go through.
And you got the cheek to fucking walk off. Fuck off.
Why is it we capitulate?
Because there's too many weak-minded, bottle-job fucking wankers at this club. End of story. If Arsene Wenger was manager, we'd be ripping into him. So we have to look at Unai Emery.
Yeah, and I have to say that. We have to. If that was Arsene Wenger that was managing at that time, we would have absolutely tore into him. You know, the last final we played, and it was under Wenger as well, where we capitulated and just didn't show up, was the Carabao Cup final when we lost to Man City. And I was fuming that day as well. But this as well, you just can't excuse it. Just no excuse whatsoever.
For the last 6 weeks or so, because he put the wrong selection out against Crystal Palace. He took it easy as though we were going to win. That's cost us the place in the Champions League. That. Not tonight. So you cannot sit here and keep papering over cracks. A lot of those players are not good enough. We know that. But Emery is the manager and he has to set them up tactically right. And they're tactically naive, weak, spineless. And I'll call every single one of them fucking players out.
What do we have to do? Listen, now we're about to...
What do we have to do? Let me explain something, right? Josh Kroenke's here tonight, yeah? Where's Stan? You own the club. You fucking parasite. Why aren't you here?
Oh, here we go. You can see I'm getting redder in the face. My levels are starting to raise. I'm fuming and nothing changes. Stan Kroenke again. It's a European final. Where was he? Where was Stan Kroenke? A European final, and the club you own, you're not even there. You send your son. Nah.
Where are you? Where are you? And then Josh is standing there on the stage giving out his medals and everything. Do you really think they care? Do you really think that they care?
Yes.
Give it a few years.
Now, did you hear that in the background? That was the first piece that I heard when I said, do you really think they care? And someone turned around and went, yes. That was the person that I end up going for in a second. And that, believe it or not, is an Arsenal fan. It's not a Chelsea fan or anything like that, just trying to wind me up. It's an Arsenal fan. And he's trying to say yes, as in the Kroenkes actually care. Nah.
Newcastle are going to overtake us if we carry on. Right? With the new owners that look like they're coming in.
Good TV hits for you.
And here we go. I heard that bit there. Good TV hits for you. And this, at this point, is exactly where I lost it. I'm not going to cut this. I'm not going to interrupt. I'm just going to watch this bit through.
Shut the fuck up. Seriously, shut up, you fucking dickhead. Shut. If you want to say something, you come on here and say something, yeah? Shut up. Move yourself. Relax your fucking gums. Shut. How many games have I been to this year? Every single fucking game, you silly mug. Fuck off about how many games. You've been to more games than me. I've forgotten more games than you know, knobhead. Shut up.
Oh my word. Wow, I was not happy. And he had the cheek to turn around and say, how many games have I been to that season? Really? I'd been to every single game that season. Home, away, pre-season friendlies, you name it. I was there. Even when we went out to Dubai for a week or so and played a random game whilst taking a break, I was there. And this guy's got the cheek to turn around and say, how many games have you been to? You're taking the piss, mate. Seriously. Nah, not having none of that, man. And it doesn't stop there, if I remember rightly.
Let's stay on. Listen,
fucking knobheads.
Oi, let's stay focused on this.
I've got fucking knobheads over there. Listen. I bet this is your first fucking game, you prat. Fuck off. Fuck off, dickhead.
Stay on this.
Nah, right? Fuck him, man. Fuck him.
Hold on. What do we have to do? What do we have to do?
Get rid of the likes of fucking Stan Kroenke. Unless they're going to invest in this club and unless they're going to do something about it, it's never going to change because we're in a never-ending cycle. And you've got dickheads like that behind me that sit there and think it's acceptable. Hey, if you want hits, why are you here? Why are you here trying to get an interview? Shut the fuck up. Fuck off home then, dickhead. Piss off, man.
I'm still going on because he's still there, waffling away. Do you know what I mean? And I think eventually some people pulled him away and said, listen, just fuck off, basically. Do you know what I mean? There's no reason why you're even there. If you're not going to give an interview, then fuck off. Do you know what I mean? If you're not going to stand there and just respect what people have to say in their opinions, then piss off home. Simple as that.
Right, no, I'm not listening to this bullshit now. No, I'm not listening to it, Robbie. Because I'm telling you, I've kept my calm all fucking season. And I'm saying exactly how I feel. And I'm saying exactly how the majority of Arsenal fans feel right now.
Look at Robbie's face. That's a picture. He just looks like he's staring into an oblivion. He doesn't even know what the hell's going on. I still think he's thinking about the game and he's so angry himself, but he has to keep a level head and be professional. Nah, I couldn't do that job, man. I couldn't do that.
And we're fucking hurting. And you've got idiots like that that want to sit there and go, oh, it's about hits, this, that, the other. Listen, I'd have got as many hits tonight if we'd have won the fucking game. Go fuck yourself. Fuck off. Every single one of them players. Bottle jobs. Fuck off.
Absolutely fuming. Raging. I don't think that was even as bad in terms of the rage as the Liverpool one. You know, I know that people will say it was, but I think that reaction was justified given the fact that this guy had just randomly said what he said and was trying to rile me. And I think that anybody else in that situation would have probably reacted exactly the same. You know, the way that we went out in that game and the way that we performed, the travelling to get out there, the money spent, you know, everything all put together was just like an explosion waiting to be ignited. And he was the one that ignited it. You know, and the mad thing about this as well is that we normally do these interviews after the game within about 10 minutes or so of coming out of the stadium. That was about an hour after the game. That was me calm. Yeah, because, you know, we had to come out, we had to wait and everything else. And then before you went in, you couldn't take any bags in and, you know, the camera equipment and whatnot. So they had to queue up and wait to get the camera and everything else. So, yeah, probably a good hour after the game, you know, that interview was done. And that was me relatively calm. But as the interview was going on, you could see my blood boiling and my face getting redder because I was getting angrier. And then he was the one that lit the spark and it just tipped me over the edge. And it wasn't to be. So there we go. That is it. That one has been requested the most. And yeah, I've reacted to it. I hope you enjoyed that one. Let me know in the comment section whether that is your first time you've watched it or whether that's quite a few times you've watched it and it brings a smile to your face or it makes you sad. It makes me sad when I think about it because it's just bad memories of a bad game and everything else. But it is what it is. We move on. So listen, I'm going to be doing more of these. Let me know in the comment section what video you want me to react to next. I might pick one of my personal favourites. I might try and find a victory in there just to balance things out a little bit. But if there's one in particular that you can think of that you want to see, then let me know And if it gets voted the most, then I'll react to it. But listen, if you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you smash the bell as well, because if you put that on, you will get notifications first as to when my videos go out. Make sure you smash a like on this video as well. And I will see you lot soon. I'm out of it.